Exedras, over toward the Chile behind us, where we're now in front of this fountain that Marina de Franceschini mentioned as the connecting point between the Chile and the three Exedras.
Right. So let's suppose that we couldn't enter the complex of the three Exedra. At that point, we only saw the axial relationship and then have to move around to another point to actually enter the space. And that is actually something that happens numerous times in the villa, where one has an axial, one is drawn along an axis, but frequently a water feature or other element will prevent you from proceeding, and you have to go around and then ultimately come to your destination by going around that
Radar mentioned this is even the principle of, say, the arrangement of sculpture, that you can often see through windows, see sculpture off in the distance, but you can't directly approach the sculpture.
Exactly. So let's say that there weren't stairs there, but we come along here, and now we find that clearly there appears to be remnants of marble steps here, and also, whereas there was not an axial entrance into the Chile along this wall, here at last we have what appears to be a doorway along this, what might have been a porch right here, leading us in either direction, either into the three Exedra there or into the Chile there. My suggestion is that this large room, central room of the three Exedra, is the next stop on the itinerary of a large group of people, whether it be the Senate as a whole or whether it be a group from a visiting province, because this room is similarly sized to the vestibule hall. So it can once again hold that group of people as they've now reached the point, sort of the last point they can reach before they begin to enter the emperor's own territory. Okay?
Well, I agree, because I believe that this was the atrium of what I call the imperial residence, which is made of the tre Exedra, the gardening film, the winter palace, but I also add the small baths and the quadriporticus to this complex. And so, of course, in the atrium, the clientes, the clients, in a way, or the people that were waiting to talk to the emperor were waiting. So that is okay. But to me, the main entrance is here because it's a splitted entrance, left and right at the two sides of this fountain. And then you get inside, and you have also this element of surprise once you're there, because you turn left and you see all this perspective on the left, and on the right you see through the door, and you can see now St. Peter's Dome, and probably at the time you could see the tomb of Adrian. So it was a very important link, which still you see from Roccabruna. But I saw it recently, the St. Peter's Dome.
As well as I, yes.
So that's very interesting, this visual connection.
I was going to, as you know, I've been fooling around with 3D reconstructions too, and here, for example, is a potential view of this fountain area from within this
very nice.
This hall here, so that in fact the axial.
You should be an architect when you grow up.
the axial view. Would be looking the other way in that central hall, right, at that end, and this would be the view. Then, looking through there, that would be the view through the garden and further up into the other area.